DJ Storms! And tomorrow night, live on the WWE Network, we will see two matches contested inside a devilish steel structure. One of them will crown the first ever women's tag team champions in history, and the other will see the planet's champion put his world crown on the line against 5 individuals looking to make history. But before it's time to crown the first ever women's tag team champions, before it is time for that planet's champion to put his world crown on the line, before it is time for the Elimination Chamber, it's time for the rundown! Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another video right here on YouTube.com. As of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind. This is the official rundown for WWE Elimination Chamber 2019, which of course is streaming live on the WWE Network tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when the pre-show starts. One more thing before we get straight into the matches. I would like to send out another special thank you to Sid, aka the NerdyMark. Go follow him on Twitter at SidS92. That's capital S-I-D, capital S92. Follow him on Twitter. That was his Twitter. Go and subscribe to him on YouTube at the NerdyMark. He is nearing 100 subscribers. He's one of the wrestling community's fastest rising stars. Nobody deserves 100 subscribers more than him. Go show him some love right now. You could very well win a certain prize. He's doing a certain giveaway. I'm not telling you what the prize is, but I'm going to be joining that giveaway. So, I'm gonna throw my name in the hat there. Anyway, let's get straight into the matches. Pre-show match. I had a feeling WWE was going to do this. I mean, what the fuck else is new? Akira Tozawa versus Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. This is Buddy Murphy's 4th title defense. This is the first encounter between these two. I am very excited to see this for multiple reasons. Number 1, Buddy Murphy is an absolute beast. Number 2, it's the Cruiserweights. I mean, how can you not love the Cruiserweights? Now, as far as this match goes, I don't care what other matches are on the card. Even the Elimination Chamber matches. This match will be one of the best matches of the night. I mean, you take a look at the Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way at WWE Royal Rumble just last month. Dave Meltzer actually rated that match 4 out of 5 stars. It was the highest rated match of the entire night. So that tells you that the Cruiserweights are to be taken fucking seriously. Okay? I'm expecting a classic. I'm expecting a great match from both men. And I really don't see Buddy Murphy losing this match. There's really no reason to take the title off of Murphy. Tozawa is a very good interim opponent. He's a very good wrestler. He's a very good babyface. Buddy Murphy, what can I say? He is above everyone else as it relates to the Cruiserweight division right now. He is main roster worthy. Now, as far as his challenger after Elimination Chamber, I am really not sure, mainly because of the fact that the 205 Live roster has been really depleted recently. Mustafa Ali went to SmackDown. Hideo Itami got released. Leo Rush has been putting out some cryptic messages saying that Leo 5 Live is dead. I'm not sure if Leo Rush is out of 205 Live or not. But these are some big names. These are some big names. And you can't just throw these names out of 205 Live and expect people to still care about 205 Live. I still care about 205 Live because of the fact that, you know, they're putting on great matches every week. I mean, take a look at that no DQ match between Tony Nese and Noam Dar from this past Tuesday. Great fucking match. I would not mind, and Triple H has been doing this, I would not mind seeing some people from NXT and NXT UK float in between 205 Live. You have Mia Yim, you got Noam Dar, you got Cassius Ohno from 205 Live and NXT. They're floating into NXT UK for a few matches. Triple H seems to enjoy doing that. Why not bring some guys like Mark Andrews or Flash Morgan Webster or Ligero from NXT UK up to 205 Live? Put Raul Mendoza in there. Why not have Tyler Bate go in there as an interim challenger for Buddy Murphy at Fastlane? Or maybe even at WrestleMania. You got Tyler Bate versus Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania for the Cruiserweight Championship. That would be a great fucking match. It sounds like a match of the year candidate, if you ask me. I do not want to see Finn Balor on 205 Live. I don't want to see Johnny Gargano on 205 Live. No Pete Dunne, no Ricochet. Those guys are way too good to be wasted away on 205 Live. I don't really know where they're going to go. I would bring some people from NXT UK over to 205 Live for the moment, just to give Buddy Murphy some more challengers until WrestleMania. But as far as this match goes, it's going to be a very good match. And Buddy Murphy is going to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. I don't see anything else happening. Buddy Murphy to retain his Cruiserweight Championship. Let's talk about the Elimination Chamber. The first one for the women's tag team titles, which should kick off the show. Sasha and Bayley versus Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Versus the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Versus Naomi and Carmella. Versus the Riott Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Versus Nia Jax and Tamina, the Samoan Slaughterhouse. And it's an Elimination Chamber match to determine the first ever women's tag team champions. I really don't know. I really don't know how they're going to play this out. I don't. It just seems like a toss-up. You could do Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. You could do the Riott Squad. Banks and Bayley. Nia Jax and Tamina, even though that would give me AIDS. Even though that's AIDS waiting to happen. Oh, by the way, if you missed the 11 StormsStream, Sid filled in for Nathan Best. Sid was a perfect replacement for Nathan Best. But don't worry, Nathan, if you're watching this, we will do a StormsStream in the future. And I did a huge rant on Nia Jax and how she quoted my tweet and how she injured Mustafa Ali. I called out this one individual. If you want to know her name, go back and watch the 11 StormsStream. I'll put the link in the description. I will put the link in the description. It is a biblical rant. But I really don't know. This is a high unpredictability factor. I really don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know what they're going to do. I know that the Iconics aren't winning. If the Iconics win, then you can pretty much consider those titles dead in the water before they even got started. There's no way that Naomi and Carmella would win, even though I wouldn't have a problem with them winning. I think that they could be a decent duo for the women's tag team titles, but I don't think they're going to win. Riott Squad, I don't know. The Riott Squad is pretty much dead in the water as well. I don't really understand why anyone would care about the Riott Squad. Tamina and Nia Jax. Tamina doesn't even know how to properly execute a super kick, and Nia Jax doesn't even know how to execute any move safely, so I don't really know why they would give it to them. I think I don't know if I'm putting any bad juju out there in the world. I hope they don't give it to them, because if they do, then it's pretty much done, and no one's going to care about those women's tag team titles. Oh, by the way, Nia Jax fans are the dumbest fucks in the community, right next to Roman Reigns fans. Just wanted to throw that in there. I guess I'll just have to go with Sasha and Bayley. I really don't see anyone else. It's either Sasha and Bayley or Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the reason why I'm calling them is because A, they can actually wrestle. B, they are a very good duo. I can see them doing very well as the first ever women's tag team champions. And if you want, you could build up Sasha and Bayley to take the titles off of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville at WrestleMania. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Sasha and Bayley for the women's tag team titles. That sounds like a decent match, in my eyes. That sounds like a decent match, so I wouldn't be mad about that match at all. I'm going to go with Sasha and Bayley. Let's talk about Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. Oh, by the way, outside of Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott, which should be a decent match, nothing on the Raw side of things is worth caring about. This pay-per-view is going to be decent because of SmackDown's matches and the 205 Live match on the pre-show. Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott is only in this position because the Riott Squad is in the Elimination Chamber, and they're trying to make everyone believe that Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad are going to hold all the gold, which is not the case, because there is no way that Ronda Rousey is losing the Raw Women's Championship before WrestleMania. We got the storyline with Charlotte Flair, who said she's going to buy a ticket and she's going to be at ringside. And then, of course, we got the storyline with Becky Lynch and how she's suspended. So WWE would be absolutely insane if they would take the title off of Ronda Rousey now. Now, don't get me wrong. Ruby Riott is definitely due for a Raw Women's Championship reign, and I think that she will be. I think that Ruby Riott will be a Raw Women's Champion by the end of 2019. I can see Becky Lynch versus Ruby Riott possibly at SummerSlam. Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott possibly at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship. And then after that, then you start grooming that title for Ember Moon. Ember Moon's been way overdue for a Raw Women's Championship reign. Ember Moon hasn't even gotten one Raw Women's Championship opportunity since she's come up from NXT. And she's been on the main roster for almost a fucking year now. Obviously, she's out with injury. But as soon as she comes back, Ruby Riott is the champion. You need to start building up towards Ember Moon versus Ruby Riott for the Raw Women's Championship. This needs to be done. Now, as far as the match goes, it's going to be a decent match. You give these women 10, 12, 13 minutes. They'll put on a decent match. I love Ruby Riott. I think Ruby Riott has come so far. I think Ruby Riott will gel very nicely with Ronda Rousey. They had a 5-minute match on Raw, but you know, that didn't really do too much. But I feel as though this match is going to do much more than you think. Trust me. As far as the winner goes, Ronda Rousey. No way, shape, or form Ruby Riott's winning this match. Going to be a decent match, I hope. But Ronda Rousey's winning this match. Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. This is a 2-on-1 handicap match for Lashley's Intercontinental Championship. And surprise, surprise, this is Lashley's first title defense. That just shows you how irrelevant the Intercontinental Championship has become since that Dolph Ziggler-Seth Rollins feud. I really don't know what to tell you here. If Finn Balor doesn't win this match, then I am going to fucking lose my shit. I'm really going to lose my shit. There's no way that you can have Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw for this long, and he's not even a fucking Intercontinental Champion. Finn Balor needs to be the Intercontinental Champion, and you need to start building towards Finn Balor versus someone like Apollo Crews or Elias. Somebody that's not named Bobby Lashley. We need Bobby Lashley on the fucking unemployment line. We need Bobby Lashley on the road to Impact. Because Bobby Lashley, ever since he's come back, he has been nothing but a liability to Monday Night Raw. He's been making the show worse and worse and worse. Lio Rush is fantastic, so the confrontation between Lio Rush and Finn Balor should be very nice. It should be very nice, but at this rate, with Bobby Lashley in there, he's going to bring the match down because he's just that fucking terrible. If WWE doesn't give Finn Balor the Intercontinental Championship here, and they really move him to 205 Live, then I would not be surprised if Finn Balor goes off and requests his release. I really wouldn't be surprised. If WWE really wants to keep Finn Balor with the WWE, and if Finn Balor wins the Intercontinental Championship, you know it's WWE's way of keeping Finn Balor in the WWE. If they move him to the Cruiserweight division after the Elimination Chamber, when this guy's a main eventer, and this guy deserves to be in Universal Championship matches, never mind Intercontinental Championship matches, if they really move him to the Cruiserweight division, then that really just shows you that WWE doesn't give a shit about Finn Balor, and they wouldn't care if Finn Balor left. Finn Balor's going to go to AEW if he gets moved to the Cruiserweight division, and Finn Balor is going to send shockwaves there, and he is going to absolutely stick the middle finger to WWE. Give Finn Balor the Intercontinental Championship. That's all I got to say about that. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. WWE actually made it a no disqualification match. Why did they make it a no disqualification match? Because they knew that no one was going to give a fuck about this match. So they made it a no DQ match to add some weapons, to add some type of interest to this match. Why is Baron Corbin still dressed like the fucking Raw general manager? He got fired 2 months ago. There is no reason for him to still be wearing that suit. There was no reason for Baron Corbin to even become the Constable back in June. Baron Corbin should have never lost this Lone Wolf gimmick. If you wanted him to shave his head, then he could have shaved his head. But Baron Corbin has become one of the worst acts on Monday Night Raw. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because I was a big fan, and I want better for Baron Corbin. When he was United States Champion, that was the best part of his career thus far. When he was United States Champion, defeating guys like AJ Styles, having that triple threat match with Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, matches with Sin Cara, he defeated The Miz at Survivor Series. That United States Championship reign for Baron Corbin shouldn't have been as short as it was. That right there, for Baron Corbin, was the peak of his career so far. I don't even know how they're going to get Baron Corbin to recover from this. I really don't. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's going to win. I don't even know where Braun Strowman goes after this. Neither do I know where Baron Corbin's going to go. We're probably going to have Drew McIntyre and Kurt Angle interfere. WWE's probably going to have Kurt Angle interfere in this match, even though he's in bad shape, supposedly. Same match, the same feud that we've been getting for how many months now? Since November? If you're asking me, I would put this match right after the Women's Elimination Chamber to kick off the show, and then you go into something somewhat decent, like Ronda and Ruby. That's what I would do. Give Braun Strowman the win. End this fucking feud already. No DQ match. End this fucking feud. Braun Strowman defeats Baron Corbin. I hope this doesn't last 10 minutes. Moving on. Moving on to The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Usos. Now, this match, do not sleep on this match. This could very well be the most underrated match of the night. Now, the reason why I say that, because the match at the bar, with the Bar at Royal Rumble, that was actually a pretty decent match. So, don't underestimate Miz and Shane. Miz and Shane, they can still work. These guys can still work. The Usos, what can I say about the Usos? The Usos are great at what they do. However, with the incident that happened with Jimmy Uso, I really don't think that they're going to give the Usos the championships. I feel as though that Vince McMahon and the incident with Jimmy Uso getting arrested for disorderly conduct in front of a police officer, I don't think that we're going to see Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso as tag team champions. Not this time. I mean, if they do give them the titles, then that just shows you that Vince McMahon is desperate as fuck to keep the Usos, because I haven't heard any word about the Usos signing a new contract, and their contract, just like Dean Ambrose, expires in April. A lot of contracts are expiring this year. I think the Good Brothers contracts are also expiring in April. So, don't be surprised if the Good Brothers are placed in a tag team title match with The Miz and Shane McMahon. But as far as the match goes, it could be a decent match. We're really going into this pay-per-view as a whole with no expectations, and usually when that happens, the pay-per-view ends up turning out very good. And I hope this pay-per-view ends up turning out very good. I really do hope. Royal Rumble, it was a decent show. I hope WWE main roster pay-per-views continue the trend of decent pay, even if it's a decent pay-per-view. I'm looking for somewhat of a decent show. I would be okay with a decent show. I'm not asking WWE to put on a takeover-like show every month, even though they should be, but at this rate, just give me somewhat of a decent show. I think this match is going to be one of the matches that's going to make the show fairly decent. As far as the winners goes, I'm going with Shane McMahon and The Miz. I'm going with Shane McMahon and The Miz, and as far as the people that are going to take the titles off of them, I really don't know at this rate. I'm going to go with Heavy Machinery or the Good Brothers or Sanity. One of those three teams. If it was up to me, I would pick Sanity. I would pick Sanity to take the titles off The Miz and Shane McMahon. You know, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if WWE put Sanity against The Miz and Shane McMahon at WWE Fastlane, which is next month, March 10th, 2019. But as far as this match goes, Shane McMahon and The Miz to retain over the Usos in a good match. And then the final match. This is actually a pay-per-view with not many matches. Probably because the Elimination Chamber is going to take up a lot of time. Daniel Bryan defending his new hemped WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe. This, I am looking forward to this match a lot. SmackDown side, they've really done a great job at building up this Elimination Chamber. I would be shocked if anyone but Daniel Bryan walked out of this chamber. I was actually under the impression, and Jesse, my man Jesse from Twitter, shout out to him, one of my fans actually pitched the idea of having Luke Harper be the final man in the chamber, and Luke Harper would come down to the final two with Daniel Bryan, and then Luke Harper would lay down for Daniel Bryan. And now it's Luke Harper and Eric Rowan in cahoots with Daniel Bryan. Then I threw in the idea, I threw my personal touches into the hat by saying Bray Wyatt should come out after that match is over, and he should attack Daniel Bryan, and Bray Wyatt should set out on a quest as a babyface to take back his family and to take back the WWE Championship, saying that Daniel Bryan has been lying to each and every single one of you. I was right about Daniel Bryan this entire time. You could bring up their history from 2014 and that great match at the Royal Rumble of 2014, which was the only good match at the Royal Rumble in 2014. So, just throwing that out there. As far as the eliminations go, I can see Jeff Hardy getting eliminated first. I can see Jeff Hardy getting eliminated first, then probably Randy Orton or Kofi Kingston. Joe's going to come down to the final four. I think Joe's going to come down to the final three. Probably AJ Styles, then Joe and Kingston, and then Bryan. And then either Joe eliminates Kingston or Kingston eliminates Bryan. I think Kingston's probably going to come down to the final two, but Daniel Bryan's going to end up winning anyway. There's no way that Daniel Bryan does not walk out of that chamber the WWE Champion. If Daniel Bryan doesn't walk out of the chamber the champion, big mistake. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this edition of The Rundown. I'd like to thank each and every single one of you who tuned into this video. Follow me on Instagram at TheDJStorms. Follow me on Twitter at StormsTakeover. Don't forget to check out the 11th Annual Special Edition StormsStream. I will post a link in the description. This Sunday, Pub 46, Clifton, New Jersey. Me and the members of Wrestling Express will be at Pub 46 to watch the Chamber, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be there. Tommy McGrogan will be there. Glenn Davidson will be there. Everyone's going to be there. Come on and hang out. I'm working diligently to find Thunder. I'm going to do whatever I can to find them. Trust me, I will. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and this has been The Rundown. I'll catch you later.